Hey guys! I'm sorry. Hey guys. Hey, take my earplugs out. Can't hear anything because these freaking people are making their audio files way too loud or way too soft. Have you ever wondered how to make your audio the perfect level to match everything else? Did you know that Content Depot uses a loudness standard? Oh my God, now you do. Remember a few years ago, there was that whole mess about television commercials all over the place with levels, and then they had, some regulations about making things all the same level. Well, we can use that to our advantage. There's this, relatively new algorithm. I think it was developed around that time. Actually, I'm not sure. You can Google it. It's loudness matching. Certain frequencies, the ear is more good at hearing. You've got this concept of perceived loudness. Perceived loudness. Different sounds may seem to be louder than each other just based on frequency range, etc. So there's this standard in your Adobe Audition. If you go to Window, and you go to Match Loudness, you go to Match Loudness Settings, and the standard that we use is ITU-RBS.1770-3 loudness. And target loudness, we want to set to -23. Now, NPR, different sources, I have seen them say a couple different numbers. It's typically either 23 or 24. Content Depot sometimes will issue test tones that are at -24. NPR 1 instructions, I've seen a couple different things too. The latest that I've seen is that it should be at -20 for NPR 1 newscast. So anyway, my point is that even NPR doesn't seem to be totally consistent, but based on my own practice here, -23 seems to be right on the money for being on the same perceived loudness as all of the promos and content that we get from Content Depot, with the exception of music tracks. So this is a great thing to use. I encourage everyone to use it. Also, it puts it at a very good level for Audio Vault. I've got some additional steps sometimes that I go through just to make sure that it will be super cool and kosher and good for Audio Vault. But in any case, so setting this to -23. Now this is Creative Cloud. So CS6, I believe, does not have the max true peak level. It's basically like an extra limiter that chops everything off above a certain level. I can demonstrate that here in just a second. But in any case, setting it to -23, and then let's say, oh, here's my little file. So if I'm looking at that, now if I take this, and run it through Match Loudness, it'll check it, it'll match it, analyze it. So then what this did is it ended up boosting it. It's got some statistics if you want to get all nerdy. But so this will level your stuff. Now, this was just some piece of garbage audio that I was just testing with, so this is not going to be something great. But if I go, so here's an automation break that I recorded. I did this in multi-track, and I did some volume matching on the clips themselves within multi-track, which I'll get to eventually. But yes, so then taking this clip, dragging it down to the match loudness. Again, if you don't see this box, the match loudness box, just go to Window, Match Loudness. Drag it down into there. You make sure, oh, what the heck? -23. Tolerance, I put it at 0. Max true peak level. This is only for Creative Cloud. So then what we do is we run it, and it goes boop. Gave it just a tiny little boost to get it right within that. So anyway, that's a super easy way of taking your produced content, whether it's a 1-minute automation break or whether it's a 7-minute feature. As long as you've got the mix good through the whole of the piece, drop that sucker into Match Loudness, and boom, you got a perfectly consistent with all the rest of our content, and you won't even have to go to Audio Vault and go click, click, click on the dBs up or down, because it is probably more accurate than any of our ears, in theory, or it has been designed to be. Another way you can use that kind of tool if you're doing something in multi-track is blah, 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 blah. I'm going to volume match this. Now you can take this, you can right-click it, match clip loudness, -23, 0LU. Make sure that's set for that ITU-RBS 1770-3 loudness. Okay. And look, right there, it tells me, okay, I bumped this clip up 1.87 dB. So this is super useful when you're doing like, voicer part for a feature or whatever you're doing, voice tracking. You record, blah, 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 blah. You've got some location audio in here in the middle or whatever. Then when you come back and you do the next part of your narration, match clip loudness, or you can just hit V to use your move tool, this thing, and you can just select all of them, right click, and match clip loudness. Now all of those are consistent perceived loudness. You don't even have to sit there and go, oh, this clip sounds a little louder. I mean, certainly you want to give everything a final listen and make sure that it's not some weird case where it didn't get it right. But as a whole, you're going to find this will save you a lot of time, and as you trust it more, it will make your life so wonderful. So that is match loudness in Adobe Audition.